So Dr. Shireen Morris is Director of the Radical Centre Reform Lab and a Senior Lecturer at Macquarie University Law School. She's worked for many years with Noel Pearson and the Kate York Institute as Senior Advisor on Indigenous constitutional recognition. Her PhD topic thesis was on Indigenous constitutional recognition through a First Nations constitutional voice, now published as a book, which is called A First Nations Voice in the Australian Constitution. Joining Shireen tonight is Te-Raina Watego. And Te-Raina is a Maori Chinese woman, and her passion for Indigenous justice started early. As a 13-year-old, she gave an award-winning speech on Maori sovereignty, advocating for self-determination as part of her DNA. And since this early start, she's been part of many local grassroots Indigenous-led organisations. Te-Raina enjoys getting people excited about change and seeing the world be a better place. This year, Te-Raina is focusing on getting out the vote in support of the voice under the mantra Voice to Power, which is available on social. She's a pretty amazing woman to follow on socials, actually. It's such a pleasure to be here with you both tonight, so please join me in welcoming tonight. So I'm actually going to start with you, Te-Raina. So can you tell us a little bit about why you have taken 2023 off work? You're not actually working, and instead you're very much focused on helping the Australian public to understand what the voice is and to try and educate people. Why have you done that?
Well, first of all, can I just say I am excited to be an Aussie. Who is excited to be an Aussie at this time, right? We have an amazing opportunity to participate in shaping the future of our nation. And it is an incredible privilege for me as a migrant who's got citizenship, who now resides in Gadigal country in Sydney. And I'm enjoying the benefits and the fruits of this nation built on the backs of our Aboriginal, our First Nations peoples, as well as those who have come before, and also migrants. Because I understand you are a descendant of a First Fleeter, yeah?
Yes, I am actually.
So, I just want to acknowledge that. Did I help you? But I think
we were sent here against our will, if that counts.
So, I acknowledge, there is much still for me to learn about both sides of the history. So what brings me here today, though, is I am married to a Bunjalung Torres Strait South Sea Islander man. He's got Norwegian heritage, and I'm a Māori Chinese person. And I suppose what I've been led to in thinking about what it looks like for me to live on this country, what is it for me to come under the authority or follow the invitation of First Nations peoples into relationship. And so that is what I've taken to heart. The Uluru Statement from the Heart is an invitation to all Australians, and I heard that as being an invitation to me personally. So for that reason, I just wanted to be able to participate in this. Also, I've never participated in a referendum before, so it's kind of cool. And I'm just looking around the room, and it's quite possible that, not many of us have participated in many referendums either. So this is kind of significant, and it's the first referendum in the age of social media. So this nation, we all as a community get this amazing opportunity to yarn amongst each other. How do we want our nation to look like? And do we want to include our First Nations peoples? So yeah, that's a little bit about me in a nutshell.
I love that, and I love the whole idea. I think it's really wonderful that one of the things we have seen is the adoption of the word yarn to be used more broadly as an invitation into a conversation. It's a wonderful way to invite somebody to sit down and talk to you.